Going for it. Good evening. Welcome to the Gooner booth. It is Arsenal 4, Tottenham Hotspur 1. What a game. We're going to get into it. Firstly, Alfie, appreciate you joining again. I probably wouldn't have joined the stream if it was me, but fair play to you, mate. Let's get into it. Good evening, guys. Welcome back.
Good evening. Good evening, all.
Before we get into it, please hit the like button. Feel free to comment on this video. Get involved in the chat. And also subscribe. Your support's been absolutely amazing. Alf, I'm going to hand straight over to you, mate. What's your thoughts on the game?
Well, as soon as I saw the lineup come out, I thought we've never ever played a back three in our lives. So instantly, I thought, well, something's going wrong here. And in my eyes, I thought he's not going for the win. He's playing for a point, or he's just trying to low block against Jews. I thought when he started Richarlison, or when we like I said, starting Dancer or starting a back three was very, when Saka and Trossard as wingers in the game, all we did was double up on them, which left the freedom in the middle for players like Eze and Rice to exploit, which happened. It's a bit frustrating because, like I said, we've never done that. So why would you try something against a team in good form, top of the league? Why would you try that against them when you've never ever done it before? So,
yeah, I have to agree with you, Alf. And sorry, boys, and good evening to you all, and good evening to anyone watching. We do appreciate it, like Tony said. I had a thought in the back of my mind. As Tony will attest to in our chat, when it comes to any North London derby, I'm always a little bit, like I said in the preview as well, you're always holding back. I think you can't go into anything. But the back of my mind, Tony on our chat said, he alerted me to it. I was cooking roast dinner at the time, and he alerted me to it, and he said 3 at the back, and I'm thinking to myself, hang on a minute, what is he doing there? Now, in all due respect, obviously this is an Arsenal point of view and perspective, but the fact that you've said it, Al, from a Tottenham point of view, kind of also says it. You're negating it. Now, we didn't have a striker. We had obviously the strongest sort of output we could do because players are coming back and stuff like that. You got a Saka, Eze, Trossard behind Moreno. Cheers for joining, matey. I just thought, Alf, and as you've just said, I just thought that was such a negative thing to do. Because, as I say, if we could be sitting here in, say you take that first half into perspective, boys. The second half, we won the second half 2-1. Yeah? I said 2-1. Now, if he's changed that, he's allowed, with 3 at the back, means your midfield, you're allowing us to have the ball. You're allowing us to try and pick the pocket. Eze can do that when he's up, he's a top player. He's slowly getting into his form, and he can do that. Players around him. Moreno drifts. Moreno's not a centre forward. Moreno's not an attacking midfielder, but he's drifting all around. So Tottenham are going, right, Arsenal, come at us. We've got 3 at the back. We haven't got an out ball. Richarlison, for me, isn't a centre forward, by the way. I just think he's not, that goal was a fantastic finish. I won't take that away. There's a totally separate point. But I just thought, mate, that was so negative. And that first half, I think, lost it for you. While the second half, again, you come back in, we did have the majority of the game, but I thought that was just such a negative ploy to put 3 at the back, because you're literally saying, come at us, we're not here to play football. And then that invites a team. Listen, whatever you think of Mikel Arteta as an Arsenal fan and as an opposition fan, full damn well he's going to exploit something like that. And I think that was Thomas Frank's undoing, because he went straight away, I'm playing 3 at the back. I think he's kind of accepted it and said, just let's drop in, let's try to frustrate. And then we've broken that through. We've got 2 goals. And then Tottenham then have got to go, and like he did, they've got to go 4 at the back. They got to revert. They got to put another attacking player on in Simmons. Bringing that out means that you get, it's such a difficult thing to do, Alf. But I think he was very negative. Obviously, like you say, you'd agree with that, yeah?
Well, yeah, it's just like you said, playing 3 at the back. is going to be exposing. And like in the North London derby, you want your team to go attacking, because as soon as someone goes on the front foot and starts dominating the game, it's going to be difficult to get out of that. It's going to be difficult to kind of get back, and now it's our turn to attack. First, like you said, first half was complete shambles. Like just consistently on the back foot, consistently having 5 at the back, everyone in their own half defending. Second half, obviously, you got 2 goals at half time. Second half, I thought, okay, just shut it off. Just shut it off. Go 4 at the back. Go nice and balanced. Don't do anything silly to concede more goals. We did do that, which I was like, okay, let's see how it works out. But then straight away, boom, 3rd goal goes in. Literally 50 seconds after the second half, it goes in. So you're like, what do you do now?
Yeah,
but
I mean, Charleston's
goal was just a mistake, wasn't it? So
yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of things. And sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm not trying to interject there, Alf. But I wanted to put, obviously, for yourselves and for Tony and David. There's a few people on X going, that's David Raya's fault, and I'm thinking to myself, no, because he caught Richarlison caught us cold, because Subamendi should have released that ball quicker. Your boys, was it Bentancur, if I'm not mistaken?
It was the tackle that won it. It was the tackle that sort of opened it up.
Exactly, David.
It was still a good finish, though. It was
a really great. Listen, let's not take that finish away, Alf.
It was
that's what you want your team to do. But you can't blame. The thing is, what it is, how we play. It was a smart finish, but we play with Raya sitting sort of like on the edge of the 18.
Sweeper keeper.
Exactly.
He's a sweeper keeper.
And he's not expecting Subamendi to lose the ball in that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, the overall, Alf, as you say, if you come out, it's such a different thing. And I know it, you know, but as you say, you haven't got Solanke fit. Kumani, so if I said that right, obviously you see him coming with a face mask and all that. Obviously, you're playing a player who obviously he's got an injury, and I don't know about you boys. I've never played sort of like top. You know, these people are professionals. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Very good point.
Yeah.
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah. The last minute, is it? Yeah. But I mean that's what you kind of struggle with, that out ball, you know. But yeah, Frank, is that one of your mates, Alf?
Yeah, Harry. That's Harry, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for joining, Harry. Nice to talk to you again, matey. But yeah, that was a tough one as well. I know that's obviously another one to take, Alf. But I mean, I just think the game as well was bound to have moments like that with a midfield and how Tottenham set up in the first place.
Cool. I just want to get David in, get his thoughts on the game. David, over to you.
Boys, it went exactly how I said. Sorry to say it, but I said bang, there we go. I said 3-1. All right, it ended up 4-1. Yeah, okay. I didn't see an Eze hat trick. I did say to you guys that Eze will score in this game. I said there's 2 games that he's going to be game for: Crystal Palace and obviously Tottenham. All his family are all Arsenal supporters. He used to sit in our stands looking at us as little boy. So he's going to up his game for us. So that's, at the end of the day, I always see Tottenham getting a goal because I always thought we'd sit back because Gabby's not there. That's the problem. But I also thought Saliba stepped up a little bit today. He was a bit more aggressive. Yeah. He was a little bit more. He was trying to take the Gabriel sort of role. Obviously, we know that's not his game. He's more silky, but he was trying to show Nkappi what to do and lead. He was trying to lead us, and I thought he had a really good game. Saliba, actually, he got bundled over a couple of times with Richarlison, and
you know you're going to get that with Richarlison, right? You know,
that's what I said. He's good for a card, doesn't he? Like,
yes. Yeah,
that goal though, he's good for that sort of goal though.
No, I mean,
get you the numbers. That's the problem with Richarlison. He's a good player, like in moments. He's a moment player.
Yeah, it will mean nothing to the Spurs supporters, right? But that's probably goal of the season.
Listen,
one of them has got to be up there. Yeah.
Mate, honestly, that was a quality finish, inch perfect. An inch back or an inch forward, it probably hits the bar, or maybe not hits the bar. Maybe a couple of inches, it hits the bar, but an inch back and Raya gets his fingers to it. You know what I mean? It was a quality finish. You got to give
It's one of them, David. That one of them goals. I don't know how you boys saw it, and obviously for Tottenham fans, it's a different perspective. But he's got the ball. I've seen him hit it, and I've gone,
oh no.
Yeah, but there was
and it just kept going and
yeah,
going.
That looks good.
It was like in slow motion, wasn't it? Ray was running back.
Oh, that looks good. Oh, it's even getting better and better and better. Oh, the goalie's not getting there.
Yeah, the goalie's
in slow motion.
I think everyone in that stadium, us watching at home, had that moment where it was like, oh, fuck me, we're looking at it now.
But the thing what Alfie said, which he said correctly, boys, in my opinion, is that he said that basically it was a mistake from Zubimendi. It wasn't like they broke. That's what I was saying to us in our place. It wasn't that they broke us down or they opened us up by a set piece or a long throw. It was basically a mistake in the midfield. Raya was too far out, and it was a quality finish. A Weldy. We got done by another Weldy. It was like another Sabozlai goal.
That was
in a way.
Yeah.
Was it Bentley?
It's only really Sunderland. He opened us up really
Bentley?
this season.
David and Tony and Alf. I think you was too young at the time, boy. You would have been
Bentley,
3 years old.
Bentley.
In 2009, David Bentley.
I can see what you're saying then. Oh yeah, David Bentley's goal. Oh,
and that goal goes in, David, and I'm thinking it's 2009 again.
He's hit that on the volley. There's a bit of swaz on it. He's filled that in the top hand corner.
I've seen that goal.
And he used to play for us, Alf, as well.
He used to play for us, Alf. Yeah, he was an Arsenal youth.
He was an Arsenal academy player, and he went. But his whole family's Tottenham supporters. That's and West Ham, Tottenham and West Ham.
Yeah, mix it all mixed in, but it was one of them, and I was thinking, boys, I thought, please no.
Yeah,
that was a good finish. That was a good finish, and he ran off celebrating as well.
Yeah, Spurs sort of come into it, didn't he? A little bit after that goal, they had a little bit of a spark back in.
I mean, it sparked them, Tone, and that's what I was saying. As I say, boys, you know, as much as you can be jubilant at 3 goals, that a goal like that goes in, and you go, we're in a North London derby. Don't forget, never forget you're in a North London derby. You know, never forget that. But I mean, listen, I think sort of with certain stuff with it as well. I think with Tottenham, it's that they had the confidence there. But I think the way we press from the front, our defending is all about the pressing. People, that's why we're one of the best defending teams in the world at the moment, boys. And that's what it was all about. Is again, you keep the pressure on, and Tottenham are then still going on for pot shots and not getting the shots off. So that is what's fundamental to the way we're playing at the moment, boys, is the pressing. But it could have gone another way if we'd allowed that. But I think we're one of the best pressing teams as well, which also aids the defence. So I think that was what helped us, boys. Yeah.
Thomas Frank's been there 5 minutes. Arteta's been there 6 years. I think Thomas Frank's a really good manager. I think Thomas Frank should be given time. Giving him 3 or 4 windows.
Yeah, exactly, David. They can't go straight off that. You have to have
patience. I'm a bit worried about Thomas Frank because he is such a good manager in a way. Because he's at Tottenham. I'd rather him not at Tottenham and do well 100%. Somewhere else. You know,
I can't like him there, David, because he's at Tottenham.
But that's just the way I feel, you know. So
yeah, I can't like him there because he's at Tottenham. But I think he's a very good manager.
Exactly that.
I know that's exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Like if he's managing Brentford, the 2 games I don't want him to win is like us, isn't it? But every other game, I want him to do well in. But because he's Tottenham manager, now it's like roles reversal. I want him to do. It sounds like petty, but it's just the rivalry, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, it's changed now, but he's a very good manager if he's given the time.
He'll change that squad around, and he'll get them all playing what they want to play.
Yeah.
It's like.
Brilliant comment.
We all know that feeling, though, don't we?
Yeah, we all know
we're seeing it.
Mate.
I've got the M&M going on and all that.
Yeah, mate. You're not the only one.
I tell you, boys.
Alfie, I don't think Alfie's going to at the moment.
Mate, Alfie's doing right there. We can nick a bit of these.
Yeah. He's gonna give some to his uncle because my airline's going all. My airline's going south, Alf. You know.
Yeah, it's old age, boys. It's old age. That's all we can say.
So, who do you think was your best player, Alf? If you could pick a man of the match,
if you could pick one, Alf,
who would you pick tonight?
I thought Ndoggy had a good game. I know that's your opinion, Alf. I know it's your opinion. I thought Ndoggy had a good game.
He didn't have a bad game, but then as soon as he got kind of when Saka, obviously a few times in that game, Saka got held down on the wing, whether that had Timber or whether he had you know, Marino pushed over sometimes to go and help him out. As soon as the doggy got doubled up, like Eze's third goal, the doggy's come sliding across, opened up that gap.
Yeah,
so that's a bit
I
like you
agree
put
with that,
yourself
boy.
in a vulnerable situation.
Yeah,
But I mean, I don't really think we had a absolute standout player. We definitely didn't have an absolute standout player.
Your goalie was 7 out of 10.
Good evening.
The goalie weren't bad, you know. He got us out of it being like a 7-1 or a 6-1. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Probably the goalie's probably been their best player.
Yeah. So I could agree with that. Either our goalie, or if I had to choose one, it would probably be a doggy, only for some moments that he had at the start of the game, first half.
Within Doggy, can I just interject something within Doggy, right? So there's a situation with Mark Oliver. I actually want to give Mark Oliver a little bit of praise today because he managed the game pretty well. And no, I know, I'm not saying it. Clip it, fuck me, clip it. No, there was a moment on the touchline where Doggy and Timber got into a little bit of a raff, right? Where Doggy's got him in headlock, or Timber's grabbed in that. Mike Oliver could have easily run over there with red cards like he normally does. He didn't. He let the game flow, and that sort of summarised the game for him as a ref. He let the game flow today, and I think he managed the game pretty well. And I think that's on that undocumented. Just clip there where I was like, you know what? Fair play. You let it go on.
To say that and agree with you. It pains me, mate.
You let the game go on.
He refed it well. You're right.
What was your story, mate?
Even the moment with Xavi Simons and Declan Rice.
He
could have like you said, Tony, he could have easily brung 4 or 5 red cards out there for Porro getting involved, you know, coming in. But
shoving and pushing.
He didn't, which was good. But I mean, I can't really pick a man of the match out of that performance because, like obviously, near enough all of you lot have said, he set us up wrong so bad. He didn't set us up to go and win. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's it, Alf. You hit the nail on the head there, matey. You know, it's if that was Arteta for me, I would be absolutely fuming.
Yeah.
So the shoe's on the other foot, and if you're fuming, Alf, I agree with you because I just think as well. As an Arsenal fan, I just thought to myself, he's not going to play football tonight. This afternoon, sorry, whatever, you know, it goes into the evening, you know what I mean, boys. You know what I mean. But I just felt, Alf, that he literally set you boys up to go absorb, 0-0 at half time. Let's see what we can do. And then the 2 goals have come, and that's it. The game plan's gone.
Well, he's done it for Brentford. If you actually
this is the problem. That's exactly
Brentford, right? He done that. He parked the bus, nicked the goal.
He got points against us.
But he got points by doing that against us. So he probably thought, you know what? It's worked in the past. And I think with them sort of tactics that you play, as soon as we scored, it was a little bit screwed because, like, okay, what do I do now? And at half time, you just knew he had to make changes. But I think us going 2-0 wasn't what he planned for.
Oh, Tony, he was planning for 0-0 at half time. Tony.
Yeah, it was literally. I think the first 20 minutes Gary Neville hit the nail on the head, and I fucking hate saying that because I think he's a prick. But
I agree.
literally, he went. Thomas Frank getting through the first 20 minutes would have been the ideal situation for him, which he did. But then I think that there was moments, like you said, Alf, I think, and Doggy, like he got a little bit too passionate, and I think that he played the occasion rather than the game, which sort of. And I think what I was saying to Alf off air before we went live, not having Gyökeres, right, creates an open space in when he's playing. He creates that space in behind. When he's not playing, it allows teams to double up on Saka and do what they normally do, right?
Yeah.
And Tottenham were doubling up on Saka, but they weren't doubling up on Saka because they were still too around him and they was giving him space. And it was like, I can't remember who it was, got a silly yellow card for, he literally just flicked it random. Was it Benton? Got a yellow card because they just give him that bit of space.
Your main defensive, you imagine that, Tone, your main defensive midfielder getting a yellow card in the first half and you're trying to defend. It makes it awkward, doesn't it?
I think that just summed it up a little bit when that happened. It was like you're giving then Saka was.
Do you know what I think it was, Tone? Yeah. Sorry to interject you, mate. Sorry, mate. You know what I think that had a really, really good game for us was Timber. Now, Saka was getting doubled up. I could notice what you were saying there. Every now he'd skip inside, have a little pop shot, and he had a couple of free kicks where he went straight for the goal. First one over the top, second one was on target, wasn't it? Type of thing. Like he skipped inside, bang, bang. Anyway. Like I genuinely think that Timber he allowed, I would say they doubled up on Saka. So what we done was we used Timber as sort of Saka's replacement. He was like a false Saka in a way. I know that sounds really weird to say, but
no, 100% right,
then
David.
he went inside to Moreno, and then the sort of the process started again, if you know what I mean. You know.
I mean, but this is what the thing you're saying in the past. If we'd get isolated, one of our star players have isolated, we didn't have them tactics to kind of do that. And you're right, David, to see that anyone could. You watch that game and you see that obviously Timber at times is obviously there's a moment where I think he was breaking through and the Tottenham sort of like closed it off. If it was Saka, it would be different. But because Saka was being obviously isolated, Timber's trying to make them runs into the box and create and do that kind of stuff. But this is what Arteta does in his system in terms of that. If you're going to shut my right winger off, then my right back's going to come in. He's going to be it. Calafiori tried to go he was number 10.
He
was
floated
going
into midfield.
You see it into midfield.
He was all over the place.
He was all over the shop. And this is what it is. He's not a left back. He's not a centre back. He's a hybrid. He is just to let him do what he needs to do. And this is what the tactics of what Mikel does. You can shut, so Trossard, you leave him out on the left, you let him cut in. Calafiori is going to come into the midfield and overload. This is
I did say Trossard would get in, boys, though, didn't I?
How good was he, by the way, today?
Trossard is one of our best players at the minute, isn't he? Come on,
Trossard is one of them that me and Tony will tell you, and we'll also say as well. You're thinking in the summer, everyone's talking about Rodrigo. Who's that?
Man United.
Fucking hell. Be Everton fair.
We'll see how they get on. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, Harry. Plan a 2 in midfield against the 3 with someone like Rice in there was a killer. So much space.
Boys, we got to talk about the Tekker skill between Rice and Eze at the end of the game when we was playing Olays and all that, and he started dancing. And I know it's like a bit childish, but we all linked up at that point. It was lovely football at that point. We was winning. If we was doing that to any team, not just Tottenham. Hey, Eze's dancing, he's doing juggling. Rice is kicking it past people.
I'm also happy as well, boys, that I saw today, which Tony will tell, and if obviously again I know David, you do watch the channel outside of joining, which we appreciate tonight, mate, and the previous one. But I've said as well, and you'll all attest, I've said that I would love to see Madueke, Saka and Eze on the same pitch. We only got it for about 15-20 minutes, but you can see that as well when you close games out and you've got that kind of quality on the bench.
You know what though? I think Madueke isn't a left winger. I know he'll play him there because Saka will dominate the right, but I think he's a lot better on the right. When he was covering Saka on that right hand side, I felt like it was more natural, more fluent. When he was on the left, like it was
I get that, Tone.
He got moved over to the right.
No, I get. Right? He was trying to cut in, wasn't he, Tone?
He is left-footed, though, boys. He is left-footed.
Yeah.
The balance again. So look, he is left-footed. Obviously, everyone wants to cut inside and take the shot in the top-hand corner, do a Mo Salah or do a Saka or the other wing. They're right-footers, do like a Mane or someone like that. Yeah. But how about we go down the line? How about we change it up? Not everything's got to be Pep Guardiola. We ain't got to do that no more. How about we go back another few years and we put crosses in and we have a big man up front. He knocks it down. You get the second ball and the little man scores. How many goals did Kevin Phillips and Noel Quinn get for Sunderland?
Well, this is my argument.
Now I'm going back now, boys, isn't I?
But this is my argument that Tony keeps, and obviously our friend in the chat says, and I know you're not overly fond of him, but this is what I would say could be a tactic you could use when you got Havertz fit and Gyökeres fit. Havertz wins the headers, Gyökeres puts the ball in the back of the net. It's another weapon, boys. So I think get them fully fit, and that's another weapon you can use as well.
So a question for
two strikers for like 4-4-2. We go back to like 4-4-2 type of thing. Yeah.
Question for you boys. Obviously, Eze one man of the match, well deserved, brilliant performance. If you could pick another player, who would you pick man of the match?
Trossard. Yeah. Closely followed by Rice. I thought Declan Rice. Someone said Declan Rice is the Arsenal signing of the millennium. He is one of the. Declan Rice is one of the best signings we've made.
We got him for half price.
Honestly,
that's the song what we sing in the stadium, boys.
Rice, he's a phenomenal footballer. He's a phenomenal footballer with a phenomenal engine. He was solid. I mean, him, Trossard and Timber, as well. I think again, one thing that Tony kept on taking the pee out of me for. I kept saying to him, keep an eye on him. Was in Capier today.
Oh, he was shit today, wasn't he?
He was getting his head on the ball.
No, he was
we
good.
didn't even miss Gabriel.
Him and Mascara were getting every other Premier League side, boys.
And Mascara, and Mascara would.
I mean, look,
Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Tottenham, every other team, them two would get both of them. Think about it. Both. All right, Van Dijk, they'd have Nkappi instead of Konate now, wouldn't they? They would.
Konate,
or Mascara to play because Konate plays more right-hand side, doesn't he?
Yeah.
They'd take Mascara now, wouldn't they? All day long. They tried to say Gurhi. Gurhi's a good player, but Mascara's cheaper and he's on the same sort of level just at the moment. Yeah, Gurri's done it for longer and he's an England player. Yeah, Mascara, he can be found out, but he hasn't been yet.
Don't sleep on Mascara, mate. That boy's got something about him. He's got
controversial.
Every other team, they'll take all them. They'll take all of them.
Without the mistake, the best player on the pitch for me was Zubimendi.
Zubimendi was phenomenal.
He was
mate. Well done.
He was everywhere.
Well said.
He does all the other
well said, Tone.
I've criticised the guy, but I mean, that other than that mistake, he was everywhere. He was picking up loose balls. You need players like your Casados, your Makaleles.
What did I say to you, Tone? You were saying, I'm not sure about Zubimendi, but you can look at that. Look at that mistake in isolation, boys, because Cesc Fabregas would make it. People make it. He was just trying to play in the middle of the park. That was good pressing by Tottenham, by the way, by Bentancur, and then a fantastic finish. We've already discussed that. But Zubimendi was phenomenal today. And I think what it is, he allows Rice to do what he does. He does, and he goes about his business.
He was my man of the match today, I think. Just because...
Yeah, you know what? That's a bloody... So,
that level of what Alfie plays football, I mean, when you've got a centre midfielder that are doing all the doggy work in there, winning the ball back and giving it to the attackers, you can't knock it. You really can't.
He's not a big bloke either, is he? He's only a small bloke.
No, he gets around the pitch, and I think him and Rice now have built a really good, solid midfield. With them two
they are detrimental to if what we want to do this season, Tone. They have to both stay fit. We have to keep them boys playing 50, 60 games together. That's when you'll see it, because I think Zubimendi brings the best out of Rice. Much more than Partey. Partey's legs were going on him, but Zubimendi has a different footballing brain. He's altogether different. And you can look at that as a mistake. That's one mistake. He's not going to make that all the time. I mean, a good shout, Tone. So I was kind of because it went under
the radar a little bit, and I know as soon as I made that mistake, I was like, he's going to go under the radar for his performance.
Fair play for bringing that up.
He's settled in well, wasn't he? Settled in England well.
He's been unreal.
I love the geezer, boys. I really do.
To get Alfie back involved,
he's a baller. He's definitely a baller.
Thomas Franks interview. He apologised to the supporters. Do you accept his apology?
No, because
fair enough.
It's bold to say. It's bold to say.
Controversial.
I do still back him. I do still back him on what he's doing. I think he's doing. Yeah. I think he's done an amazing job so far. Like, you can't knock it. Our away record has been good, obviously, until today. But I think if we started the season with a 4-3-3, which was very balanced, and our first load of games, we went away to City, got a clean sheet, got a 2-0 win, dominated it, right? Why, when you know that works, why would you then go and change the whole thing just for a North London derby? Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, maybe like all of you lot said, like maybe you just wanted to see out a 1-0, win, or he wanted to see a draw, maybe nick a goal, like what he's done with Brentford. But why would you change the whole system?
Just working. If it's been working for
you.
Yeah,
exactly. Do you know what I mean? So it's just it's crazy to do. But
Alf, would you have thought though, boy? I think that a 4-3-3 though today, wouldn't it? Would have been better, to have three in that midfield.
Well, yeah, because like going back to Harry's comment, he said a 2 against a 3 in midfield. When you've got Paulinho and Bentancur sat so far deep, and you've got Eze, Rice, and Zubimendi pushing all three of them, them two are going to be like, whoa, hold up a minute. What do we do here? With a 4-3, when he played his 4-3-3, the midfield three were very structured together. to kind of one sits just in front of the fence, the other two kind of block out the gaps coming past.
Yeah.
But with obviously like Harry said, the two they just got run around ragged, didn't know what to do, which then opened up the space in the middle of the pitch, which is where Trossard's goal came from. You know, Eze's goal came from the wing when all of our players, you know, are just dropped deep, and they like for the third goal, Eze's second goal, we didn't know where he was. Everyone was running about the place, opening spaces up in the pitch, and boom, they're going to get nick a third. Do you know what I mean? So it just ruins the kind of start we've had.
Yeah. What would you have done differently, Alf? Sorry, Brian.
No, 100%. That's a good question, Tone. Go on. Sorry, Alf. Sorry, that's a good question.
Well, like I said, I would have stuck with the formation we're known to. We're known to this season, and I would have, you know that everything goes for either Rice or goes for a kind of playmaker midfielder for Arsenal, which would be Eze. You know, you saw Eze so much on the ball today, running at people. Why not? Why would you not stick someone on Eze to keep him quiet, stop him from doing all of that?
Statement. Cool. That's a fair
you know,
statement.
if we had
go man
if we
to
had
man, just go man to
exactly.
man.
If Thomas Frank said in the changing rooms, Paulini, you do not leave Eze's side.
You stay with Rice.
Stay with him.
Exactly. You stay with Eze. Just in the midfield, go man to man.
Drop the flow. Yeah.
That would have been a good tactic to do.
Just
to see how it would have worked. That would have been
the thing is, Alf, I think, as I say, obviously, listen, you know, we're fans. I mean, we've played the game at a certain level, but I just think when you got, this is my thing, and I'm going to pass it straight back to you, Alf. I hate, Tony will tell you, everyone will tell, I hate three at the back. I hated it when
I hate it. I used to play wing back, and it was a lot of running.
Wing back, I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I hate three at the back in a passion. The problem is with three at the back is that I personally think you kind of you're giving yourself, your team, you're conceding possession, you're conceding spaces, and you're giving the opposition that time to kind of exploit that. Because with three at the back, Kevin Danso done nothing for Spurs today.
Yeah.
Right. You know, in all due respect.
Thank you. Appreciate that on Friday. Lovely.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a very kind comment. Thank you.
Bit biased, that. Whose mum was that? Who we got to give?
Yeah, who's done that? Whose mum's that? Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Tracy, is it?
Well, we're feeding hairlines other than Alf. Yeah, we appreciate that comment.
But yeah, we appreciate that. We've got three aging men and the young Alfie's putting us to shame. But
of course, definitely, mate.
I hate, boys, and I'm sorry I didn't want to step on your point, Alf. I really hate three at the back, and I just think you concede a lot of the play at that. You know, with Arsenal, we set up differently to a lot of teams, and obviously Man City used to do it at certain times. Teams are trying to incorporate it, and Tony hates it when it's the kind of inverted fullback. But why I hate three at the back is because you're set on that thing. When we play four, and I've said this again in previous videos, if it's either Calafiori goes forward or Timber, but less so Timber, Calafiori will join the midfield. Declan Rice is further forward. You'll have Gabriel, when he was fit, at left centre-back, and the centre-back, as they call the role, is Saliba, and Timber in the right centre-back role. You move around. You're not set to that. When you got three at the back, you're saying, "Come at us. We're going to concede play at the in the midfield and whatever," and you're inviting it on. And I think that's what he did. So for me, Alf, he, like you said, you made a fantastic point there, mate. You know, he didn't do it at Man City. He's done it at our ground, and you can't do that to concede that. I think there's different ways to play. Two banks of four, Tone, which we've always Alfie was a young lad, but two banks of four, you sit and that used to be the old style, and you had your two strikers. What he's done today, I can't stand three at the back, and I think I knew that would be our way to get something out of the game.
I agree. Harry, our fullbacks have been unreal this season, and
Timber, thank you, Harry. Timber and Calafiori have been phenomenal, mate.
One thing. Go on, Alf. Go on. I'll get an after.
I was just going to say, just quick on that point that Harry just made, and also, like, just in general, playing three at the back, your wing backs, every time you're defending, like Harry just said, it gives your fullbacks so much space to run straight at us because you don't have them wingers to kind of stop 100%. Them getting that far.
Yeah.
But then also when we're attacking, when we're attacking, it also gives your wingers all of that freedom and space, which then has to pull the two right centre back and left centre backs out, which leaves an open gap in the middle.
Leaving space in the gap in the middle.
Yeah.
Do you know what we've done today?
100%
We don't normally do. Sorry to interrupt there, Wayne.
No, go for it, Al. Go on, Tone. Go for it, mate.
What we do, and was absolutely brilliant today, and we need to do more of it, was we switched the play a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Notice that. There was moments where we normally pass it across the middle to the other wing, which obviously gives teams to regroup, get back into shape.
Yeah.
And we hurt Tottenham in the first goal because it was switched so quickly from one side to another. And it's so hard for a team to defend against that if you're doing it quickly. When we moved the ball quickly through the lines, and it wasn't just against Tottenham, this season when we've done it, we've been unplayable. Most of our goals have come from in open play from doing that, right? So I think we did that against Chelsea on Sunday. We've got a very good chance of nicking that early stages.
Their defence is not good enough.
No, I think Cucurelli has always done a job on Saka, and I will say that.
He is good.
He's always done a job on Saka.
There's got to be a different thing, Tone. He always seems to be able to do a job, and I think there's got to be a different tactic there. And another thing as well, as I say, like you said, I was kind of wanting Saka to do something. Today I was thinking when you've at 3-1, 4-1, Ezra's got 3 goals, right? It's 4-1.
Asked him in.
We have not even got Saka sort of doing, has Saka been like peppering the Tottenham goal? Not at all. You've got that in abundance. Against Tottenham, Chelsea, sorry boys, we've got to figure out a way, because I think Cucurella has for the last couple of times sort of like been able to handle Saka, and there's got to be a different way. Like, do you do Madueke, get Eza closer to him to get them interchanging with each other? And I think that's the difference between it. And I mean, today, like with Tottenham, sort of like thinking, if we isolate Saka, you've still got Eza.
Yeah.
That was Eza's obviously quite clearly Eza's best game for us. But teams have now got a problem, and we haven't even got Havertz, Madueke, Erdegaard on the pitch.
They're all scared.
Jesus. We haven't got 5 to 6 players to come back that could scare opposition still. Saka can scare them. Exactly, mate. And Gyökeres, sorry, was the other one, boys. But you know what I mean. We weren't playing that today. Yet Eza was the man who was creating the issues for Tottenham. On another day it could be a Madueke, it could be a Gyökeres. We're not defined. Martinelli, Trossard, exactly. Well done for
Moreno.
Exactly.
That comes up.
Yeah, look, we haven't mentioned
different
Moreno
options
today.
there, boys.
I think he was brilliant as well. Moreno was really good. He was
well done, Tone.
I think Van der Ven wanted to boot him up the arse on a few occasions because I think he was winding him up that much.
Thing is with him, and Alf will agree as a Tottenham fan, and I'm sure it will annoy sort of opposition fans, but he's a typical Spanish player.
Oh, just dives, doesn't he?
And he goes on it. And I get that.
Everyone's like, "Oh, is he injured?" It's like,
I get that. I get the frustration, David. And
just get up, mate.
Yeah, Alf, how many times did you and your dad go, for fuck's sake, get up, you diving git?
So many times.
He's always on the floor.
I don't think git was used. If I know Mark,
I'm not going to.
My brother-in-law.
He probably used something a bit stronger, but I'm going to go with git for that.
Yeah, we have to do it because we want to keep it a little bit. We can't go that far, but we get the point. But it's again as well, boys. As frustrating it is, one thing as well that people would also the brilliance of the guy, but Robert Pires done it all the time. But we loved him. He was a phenomenal player. Sanchez done it. They're both world class, but they always had that moment where they'd fall on the floor, they'd do something, and they'd win a free kick. Yeah, sometimes you have to have them players that are going to annoy the crap out of you. When Richarlison focuses on his game as opposed to getting angry, he can do the same thing for Tottenham.
Yeah.
His problem with him is he doesn't focus
enough. He's too busy trying to fight everyone.
He's too busy trying to fight or row or do whatever or be frustration. He can win fouls.
He is, because
that's why
I wanted to pass to Alf.
Pass over. Go on. Yeah.
Like yesterday when we done predicted lineups, the reason I put Kolo and Wani in there is because when Richarlison starts, like this day, as soon as I saw his name, I thought yellow card straight away because
I know, boy. Yeah.
He can do them things where, he falls on the ground, starts rolling around, holding his head when it's not even his head, and he can win free kicks and annoy people. But then if like with the Rice and Xavi Simons thing, Pedro Porro came over, gave him a little shove. Then Richarlison, you see Richarlison comes straight over,
in
everyone's faces. It's like why? There's no need for
Exactly, Alfie. You know, another one as well. He's in a totally different spectrum. He gets away with it, and people said on Sky Sports. Sorry, I said you know, when you get the updates on Sky Sports, the commentator on them, and he said finally Joe Linton's been put in the book. Joe Linton is another one. It's that Brazilian thing. Some of them, isn't they? Annoys the crap out of people, and that's
shin kicker.
Yeah, he is. He's a shin kicker. He gets away with it, David.
Well, he is a shin kicker, isn't he?
And they said he's finally got penalised against City. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to moan about that. But for Richarlison, my thing with him is if he focused on a different aspect of his game as opposed to wanting to fight everyone or do whatever, he could be a good player for Tottenham. You know, but for Tottenham, having a Harry Kane and Son not in the team means they're irreplaceable. You know, and you know, you go from them two to Richarlison. It was
you're always going to go backwards, though, isn't you? Harry Kane and Son, come on.
Yeah,
they're two quality players.
Tottenham need them kind of quality again. Is
they
what,
do.
Know,
they do. Xavi Simons is not that quality,
and neither is Richarlison. You know,
but he could
Solanke
be
given a time.
Solanke, yeah,
he's a decent player. It's obviously this injury is not going to help him, but it's consistency, boys. Yeah. You know, but yeah, Richarlison for me, he would frustrate the living crap out of me. If he was playing for Arsenal, he really would.
What's his best numbers in the Premier League season? Now he's played for Watford, Everton, and he's had a few seasons now, hasn't he?
Alf, do you or Jack would know? Jack's quite good with all that.
What's his best numbers?
I'm sure Tony is right. I'm sure it's one of his Everton seasons. He hasn't
12,
really played for
15.
us.
Yeah, something like that. Went it out.
Obviously, we signed him when we had Harry Kane, so he didn't really get much game time. And then obviously when Harry Kane went, we signed Solanke, so then again he didn't get game time. So I think Tony is right. I think it is Everton.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely, because he ain't been with you very long, has he? So
no.
A couple of years now, but no, it definitely would have been his Everton or Watford days where he would have sort of got the numbers up.
Yeah,
as you say, he's been behind Harry Kane.
Actually,
here we go. The stat masters.
Best Premier League goal scoring season was 23-24, 12 goals for Tottenham.
There you go.
Is that right?
So you weren't far off.
Is that last year or the year before?
Year before.
Right.
First season of Postecoglou.
But again,
12 goals. I mean, I thought he scored more for Everton.
No,
Harry Kane was still there, wasn't he? For me as well, boys. I think if you look at it on that perspective, I don't think he's a straight out number 9. And I think if you get Richarlison to play behind a number 9, like Son did for Kane, you might get a tune out of him. I think playing him as a sole number 9, you're not going to get the massive amount of what you want.
I think he's got a bad attitude, mate.
That's why I think he got the 12 goals that first season, because he honestly thought he was better than Harry Kane.
Yeah,
so he pushed himself that year. This is what I reckon. And then because he knew once that first season, he knew he weren't better than Harry Kane. He knew he didn't have the consistency. That's why he did, and then he falls off. That's what he does when every club he goes to. Like Brazil's, like when him and Jesus were fighting over for it. Remember in the last World Cup, it was between Richarlison and the manager of Brazil actually started Richarlison. He got a lot of goals inside the qualifiers and all that. But then when it comes to the actual point, he dropped him, and then he actually started playing like false 9 and then playing Jesus as well. He ends up having a punch up with himself in the phone box in the end. Doesn't he? You know what I mean?
He does. He's like someone who's had way too much drinks after after a night out and starts fighting himself.
He does, doesn't he?
He's his own worst enemy. As I say, boys, there's a raw talent there. He's his own worst enemy at times, in my opinion.
He has got it in him to be a good footballer. You've seen moments from him. Look what he done.
I'd love to play against him. I would literally just. He's so easy to wind up, isn't he?
Get him a red card all day long, isn't it? You know?
Just tickle his back.
As I say, Al,
stand on his toes. You know what I mean?
You're talking to three Arsenal fans. There's not one point we've not rubbed anything in. I know, obviously, Eza was close to Tottenham. We've not sort of like been over elaborating on that, But I think just with a player like that, that's one thing. We're flagging that up, sort of thing. I just think with Tottenham at this today in that day and age, the player they need sort of like isn't quite there, and Richarlison's at he's a ticking bomb waiting to happen. And I just thought to myself, which I mean this, but I thought to myself, boys, I thought this could be one of the games where it's going to be close. or it's going to be close and Richarlison will get himself sent off, or it'd be a game like today. He didn't get himself sent off, but for me, Alf, he teeters on that edge. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I couldn't. That would unsettle me, boys, in terms of having a player like that. You know, because you think to yourself, if your talent was forefront and you'd bang for Tottenham, he was banging. Like, if you're a Tottenham fan, banging in 15 goals so far in the season, you're thinking he's got a great talent. His temperament's a bit, like Diego Costa. Yeah,
Oh,
if he was putting them kind of levels up, but having that Diego Costa temperament, you go, all right, he's going to kick someone in the head.
Yeah.
But this guy, when he comes back, will still score.
Absolutely terrorise people.
He would. Yeah. And this is the problem with him, Alf. I think that's you're trying to balance that. Like you got Mattis Tell. I don't think he come on today, did he? You know, he's obviously still a young lad. He's learning his trade. He's at the moment, David. He's not quite ready, in my opinion.
Odebert.
Got battered, mate. Got battered.
Evening.
They lose 2-1, didn't they?
Yeah, it's 2-1. I see
that.
that.
Rodgers' free kick was a beauty. You got to have a look at Rodgers' free kick. He hit it like side foot. He dipped when you're playing.
When you're playing Rodgers, Dad, I don't think he's a good player. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, Pa.
Yeah.
Well, I think Leeds might get relegated.
Nah, I'm
unlucky for the handball off Calvert-Lewin though, because it sort of deflected off Martinez and then hit Calvert-Lewin's hand by mistake and then went in. They could have nicked a draw there on another day. They was a bit unlucky there on that one.
I've got, as I say, because of me dad, I want us to smash Leeds every time, but I've got a soft spot for them. I don't want them to be relegated. But
Leeds are a big club, mate. They're an
I wanted them
club,
to beat Villa today. Yeah. Dad says, watch it, Tony.
Yeah.
Good boy.
One thing I do want to say, right, is it did wind me up a little bit, was and I'm going to be a bit thingy towards Spurs here. Sorry, Alfie, because I have a lot of respect for Alfie. We're not bannered him, right? But the one person that I'm absolutely loving is Jamie O'Hara, right? Because that guy, right? That guy give us so much shit for scoring goals from set pieces, right? And Thomas Frank's interview before the game, I don't know if you know that's his Alf. He literally turned out and said, we could win this game from a set piece, or we're going to be looking at our set pieces, right? And I'm like, if Tottenham win this from a set piece, he's going to go absolutely nuts and go, genius, absolute genius. And I'm so tempted to call in tomorrow and speak to that wanker and to say to him, you absolute hypocrite, because he was going, Arsenal's ruining the game, all these set pieces. They started Ndoggy for a long throw, and he literally said it in his press conference before the game. Ndoggy's in the squad because he can benefit from throwing. Danso.
Mate. Yeah. Danso,
I'm like,
Danso.
Like all the shit that we got, right? If that would have, no offense, Alf, if Tottenham would have pulled off the win, it'd have been, Thomas Frank's a genius. He's used set pieces to his advantage and that stuff. And I'm like, I was sitting there going, come on, like everyone was giving us so much shit. It's aimed at Jamie O'Hara because he gave us so much shit about not scoring from open play. So I'm gonna be tuning in to talk to him and laughing at him because I'm hoping Cundy goes away and wears a clown outfit and everything.
Oh yeah. Where's Tottenham gone?
Has anyone seen Tottenham?
No, but this is anyone else. And sorry, Tone, to interact that. And it's not
but
just Tottenham.
It wound me out. It's like how fucking hypocritical.
It's just rage baiting, mate. Don't take the bait.
No, I know. I'll take the bait.
He wasn't even a good footballer. He wasn't even
take the bait.
Don't take the bait, bro. That's all he's doing. He's looking for clicks. That's all he's looking for.
Listen, mate. He smashes his girlfriend around when he was back in the day, and he's still in top sport.
Controversial.
Nothing
He's one of them.
Wayne.
Yeah.
He's honestly, he shouldn't be anywhere near.
I don't know if that's true, Wayne. Listen to proven guilty, mate.
Sky Sports. Very good, boy. Very good.
Oh dear. But yeah. As I say, it's clickbaiting. But the thing is that annoys you, and this is where you got to let it go, like David's just said, is that because if it's Arsenal, it's a bad thing.
No, but Cundy was saying it as well. You got all the media going, set piece again and all that stuff. And I thought tonight, Spurs, if I'm Alfie, I'm fucking fuming, right? Because you got all them attacking talented players, right? And he literally set up like Tony Pulis, right? Literally looking at 5 at the back. Come and break us down. We'll try and nick a cheeky corner. And it was like, come on, like you've got players that can play, right? So it's what I just wanted to get it out there. Sorry, Alf.
No.
I think you might agree with some of them points as well, in terms of that you could have done a lot more tonight than sit
Did
back.
you see as well though, and as to back your point up, Tone, and again, obviously, I don't know what Alf thinks about any Tottenham fans in general, but every time Tottenham every time they had sort of like at the edge of their halfway line, Vicario took the kick. All right, so that means they're going to overload the box, and Vicario is going to use that as a set piece opportunity to put the ball into the box to try to attack us. If that's Arsenal, that's anti-football. And I'm not saying it. I'm just saying it in general, Alf.
True.
This is as an Arsenal fan, this is what we get, mate. But Tottenham came there to go. We've got 3 at the back, and this was still sort of like there's a couple of occasions when it was still 0-0, by the way, and he's trying to load it in. You had Danso. He took a long throw.
Yeah,
we would get mullered if Calafiori. Because who is it? One of the Tottenham boys, I think, was it. I don't know. I can't remember who it was fucking drying the ball, right? And he handed the ball. I think if that was an Arsenal player, look at what they're doing to the game. Tottenham have gone there to go as he's gone. Look, we can't outplay them at football, but let's put 3 at the back. Let's do what we're going to do. Let's play long throws. Let's play them at their own game. Long balls into the box. This is what I'm saying. This is where we're saying, Alf. There's a toe. We are. And this is why you can't bite the bullet either, Tone, because this is we are kind of we're judged at different levels.
I'd like to ask Alfie a question, if you want.
Go for it, mate.
Please. Alf, so say that you had all your players fit and you had all your squad fit. Do you think that he obviously would he have played a different formation and more attacking against us? That's probably a yes, isn't it? Like with Kulusevski and Madison. And all
exactly. Madison, Solanke.
So do you blame the manager for playing the way he's done because of the players he's got available right now? Or would you say that the manager's always got to play the so-called Tottenham way and have a go and play like one-touch football, bang, 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 entertaining football? That's what we like to see. You know what I mean?
Well,
what would you say, Alf? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, I think if, like you said, do you think he's just changed it because of the players he has? Well,
I do generally think that, mate.
We started the season with the exact same players we had tonight.
Right.
The exact
same
players.
The ones he likes. That's the ones he likes.
So Kulusevski, Madison, and Solanke were all out at the start of the season.
So you don't really know if they'll get in though. So you've got to give him a little break there, kinda, sort of thing.
Well, yeah, because obviously he hasn't had the time to kind of fit him in the team and see where their best attributes are.
Yeah,
100%. But I just think if we started the season how we started with that team, you can't then just say, okay, I'm gonna, because obviously our set piece record this season's been actually quite good. Conceding 2 and we've scored quite a lot of goals from it. You can't then go, okay, so the only way we're gonna score is if we play a low block against Arsenal. Nick throw-ins, Nick corners, and try and score from that way.
No, that's a fair statement, mate. No, fair statement.
Everyone's saying, the quality of players that we have are good enough to play attacking football, to go and nick open play goals, not just try and win it from set pieces.
Do you think that's Thomas Frank being naive as well? Because we've got a really good defensive record.
Yeah, exactly. We started the season with loads of clean sheets. Burnley at home clean sheets, City away clean sheet.
Yeah.
Even in Champions League getting clean sheets. Our defensive record was so good, but I think because he's changed it, everyone's kind of gone, whoa.
Is that your first away defeat of the season, Alf? Is it just in the Premier League?
In the league it is. In the league it is, but we obviously lost 2-0 to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup.
Right.
So
okay, yeah.
But I feel like him going to like I keep on saying, him going to a back 3 is kind of probably
changed it all up. He's messed it all up, and
all the players kind of thinking, okay. Yeah, exactly. Players are thinking, what kind of system are we on now? Do we need to?
He was on a good formula. He hadn't lost a match, and then he tried to rearrange. He tried to do a Pep Guardiola, get a bit too smart for his own sort of self, and he's gone. He's made 1 or 2 changes too much. He should have just changed personnel, kept the same sort of tactics, formation, and then gone from there, because obviously it's been working.
Exactly.
You looked at the stats what Sky Sports brought up. You were basically first away from home. You guys were first in pretty much everything. Shots faced, goals conceded. It was defeats. And I know stats can lie, but certain stats tell you the truth, don't you? Of a way a team's performing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
you know,
look, I mean,
he was a bit negative. He was a bit negative.
Here's some stats for you, very
on,
quickly, guys. So possession, Arsenal 57 versus Tottenham's 42. Shots overall from Arsenal, we had 17 shots versus Tottenham's 3. On target, we had 8 on target versus their 2. Big chance missed was 2 for us, nothing for Tottenham. Corners, we had 4 compared to their 1. Accurate passes, we had 360 versus their 251. So
you take our front line out, which we have had done, that's previous seasons, and we would have stats like that, like last season. Yeah, they've got a lot of injuries up front. Obviously, I don't rate their guys as good as our guys. That's not what I'm saying. But you take your front 3 out of any sort. Okay, they had Kudus back, but you take Maddison, Solanke, and who's the other guy, Kulusevski, out of Arsenal's team with the same Saka, Odegaard, and Gyökeres or whatever. I think our goals, like what's it, goals expectation and all that stuff.
XP,
XP. There you go. That's the stat.
So expected goals.
I think ours would go down as well.
I'll give you that stat.
I'm saying that he's fighting with that at the moment.
So Dave, in this game, our expected goals XG was 1.88 versus their 0.07.
We was opening them up every time, Tone. Yeah. That's the reason why, mate. That sort of contradicts what I was just saying, because we was opening them up. That sounds like it's more defensive, but they didn't have. The reason why he sat back and gone like that is because he ain't got the attacking threat. So he's tried to play shithousery. He's tried to play low block. He's made it look like a 3, but it's actually a 5. But then their fullbacks, their wing backs have been caught because they don't know whether to stick or twist. Jed Spence is getting caught up near the halfway line. Really, he should be back like near his left-sided defender or right-sided defender. Well, I can't quite remember what side he was playing on, but you know they don't know whether to stick or twist. And that's why and that's exactly what you were saying. Then they're getting opened up through and then the centre back pushes out, and then there's the ball straight through the centre, innit? It's like checkmate, innit? You know.
You know what I thought? You know what I think, guys, as well. I think that Kevin Danso is the worst person to put in today, and I don't know if you agree with me, Alf. But I personally think that Tottenham, if you're looking to shut it up, don't change back, don't put anyone in that back line. You know, if you want Jed Spence over Porro, fair play. Your centre halves pick themselves out. Obviously, if you wanted to, you might have said, "Oh, I want to put Purjo Porro on the right. I want to put Jed Spence on the left, and not play a doggy."
Yep.
If you want to play that flat back 4, and you want to come to the Emirates, you need to have a 5 in midfield, not a 5 at the back. A 5 in midfield.
Bergvall was on the bench. Why did Bergvall?
This is what I was. This is exactly what I was going to say to Alf.
Your youngest player, that guy's. He gets around the pitch. He's got a lot of energy. He puts himself about.
He should have played today, mate.
Like the ball hit his face the other day, and he's walking around. He didn't want to come off. Like he's still trying to play on when the guy's like concussed. That's how much he likes Tottenham, and he wants to play.
Kevin Danso, exactly, Dave. And Kevin Danso, listen, I don't mean no respect. At the end of the day, mate, my concern would be just Arsenal. It's not Tottenham's 3rd choice, 4th choice centre back. I just thought today, in all due respect, we all like
football, though, innit? It's like everyone likes the teams and the tactics.
You know what I mean? Danso, I wouldn't have put in, boys. I would have just, Alf, I would have gone, and if you agree with me, boy, but I would have maybe. I tell you what, why didn't he go for a midfield? Stick your flat back 4 and have Pape Sarr, Bentancur, and Palhinha. Why? If you're not going to play Bergvall, you've still got the options there to shut the midfield off because you've got Eza, Rice, and Subamendi, and we haven't got Odegaard yet. But them 3 in midfield, and like Harry said earlier, Alf, you know, I just think Tottenham, you made the mistake to sit back. He made the mistake of putting Danso on. It should have been either not Pedro Porro, sorry boys, Pape Sarr or even Bergvall, for argument's sake. Go overload your midfield. Don't overload your defence. That's where you can win and lose games.
It's true. He was a bit negative. We sort of smelt blood as soon as we come on the pitch to see their lineup, didn't we?
Mikel would have seen them 3 at the back, Dave, and he would have gone, "Boys, we can do this.
This is where we go. This is what we do."
Because the midfield, he just didn't give his midfield half a chance today. And in my opinion, that's my opinion, boys.
When we asked for predictions, though, I did say that we'd win it in midfield, boys.
Yeah, it's the midfield battle. I think he relinquished that, didn't he? He thought that putting Kevin Danso there was frustrating because he's
Rice
thinking,
and Subamendi, boys.
You know, the thing is as well, Moreno, as I said to you earlier, boys, that whatever you think about Moreno, he's just a floating player. He plays off the shoulder, in the middle. He can pop up everywhere, and he had a very good game today, in my opinion.
Well, he does it for Spain, doesn't he? So
he's more likely thinking, which is fair play at the time. You got to think as well, boys. We're fans. We've played it at Sunday League level, Saturday League level for Alf. He's thinking he's bear in mind this is a top level coach, but he's thinking to himself, if I overload that defence, then Moreno's not going to get a chance. Arteta played around that. He had Moreno dropping. Eze was coming in. Eze was being the false nine. Moreno was in midfield. Trossard was coming in. Saka's having the whip. And this is where the problem is, boys. In my opinion, and I'm not even an elite level manager. I'm just some random. But I would have put. I would have put more in midfield than in defence today.
Well, Sunderland, didn't they? Sunderland overloaded the midfield against us.
Thank you, Tone.
Right?
Exactly that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Tone. They did. They overloaded the midfield. That's where you win games, like David said in the preview. You win it in midfield, not in defence.
You take care of midfield, and everything takes care of itself, really.
Yeah, and midfield as well. I think Tottenham lost it because of they should have played 5 in that midfield. In my opinion,
obviously you need the personnel. If you know you're strong at the back, your midfield sort of tasty. You know that at the end of the day, boys, we're going to create 1 or 2 chances today because of our defence. We're not going to let them score. Our midfield is good enough to lay it in, even though we've got a dodgy striker. Say we are Sunday League and the geezer's not prolific or he's had a few too many the night before. Yeah, but we give him enough, we feed him the ball that enough time, the guy's going to slot it in. One. That's the thing about playing with Arsenal. Eze's going to get so many more chances than if he was playing with Palace. You know, that's why he probably get good numbers for us now. A little bit more consistent. I hope he goes on the run there, actually. I hope he sees a little purple patch, you know?
Yeah. But as I say, well put, Harry. Yeah, I mean, that's 100% point, mate. You know, that's what I was saying. You know, there's you know that midfield. You're going to get an overload. The shape's all going to come off because the third centre back, Danso, or say if it's like Romero, Van der Ven, they're going to pop out of that defence, and that's the point I'm making. And thanks for that comment again, Harry, because this is the point. In my opinion, put 3 in the midfield, and I think that's a different game. That's what I believe, because as much as we might, in my opinion, and I'm sure the Arsenal boys' opinion in the chat, we've got a better defence than Tottenham. But if Tottenham set that defence up with that back 4 and 3 in the midfield, that game isn't as open as it is today. That's my opinion.
No way.
Cool. We've been on over an hour. Let's start wrapping it up.
It's been a very, very enjoyable again. Thank you, boys.
It's gone really quick, though, boys.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah.
I appreciate your company, lads. Nice.
Yeah, no worries. Cool. Thank you for everyone tuning in. Thank you for all your comments. Please like and subscribe. Bayern Munich next. Big game, and then Chelsea away. So it's never ending for us at the moment.
Come join us Tuesday evening.
Come and join us Tuesday evening for a stream. Everton next for you, Alf, next Sunday. How you feeling about that? Or was it Saturday? Sorry, Saturday, isn't it?
Oh no, we got Fulham on Saturday.
Sorry, Fulham at home.
Oh, is it Fulham Saturday, mate?
Fulham at home, Madge. How you feeling about
that? He has to set up completely different to today. He has to. He has to learn off his mistake today. And he has to go with the same approach that he's known to this season. And even though our home record ain't the best, he's got to think, okay, our home record isn't good. We have to set up strong here where we need to go and grab 2-3 goals and keep a clean sheet just to bounce back from obviously what's happened and that. So, yeah.
Stick Deep, thank you for your comment.
Thank you for your comment.
You want to answer that?
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, well, you're right, matey. But this is the point. The problem why it wasn't played in midfield is because Spurs just didn't set up to have that battle in midfield. So obviously they're going to be sitting back. They allowed that in the first half. Second half, obviously they tried to get Simmons on to add another midfield in. But again, it's Thomas Frank at Brentford, and again, fantastic. Thank you for the comment there, Stick. We appreciate it. It's that's my point. It's that output. Midfield, there was no battle in midfield because Tottenham didn't have it. They were sitting back. They were effectively, in the first half, sitting back with 5 defenders.
That's because we overrun them.
And we overrun it. Yeah, because they didn't have...
That's why there weren't no battle there.
There was no battle because we overrun every time.
We overrun them. That's why there was no battle there.
They didn't have an out ball. They didn't have that. And this is no my point. But, we appreciate the comment, but that's my point with it, that Tottenham, in my opinion... They needed an extra midfielder today to make it a battle, but there was no battle because they allowed us to come on.
Rice had too much room.
Way too much room.
Yeah, too much for him. That's the point, boys, isn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, to David and Alf, me and Tony appreciate joining. It's been thoroughly enjoyable. Alf, thanks for coming on. I know it's not a fantastic afternoon for you. We appreciate you coming on. It's always nice to have a different perspective, and me and Tony thoroughly appreciate it. And David, thank you very much, mate.
No, thanks, boys. Thanks a lot. Really
I'm sure it's not the last we'll see of David. I think there'd be a more.
So,
we'll work on a lot more. We'll see David a lot more previews. We'll get him on.
All right, boys.
Yeah,
no
and Alfie, next one. And I
Alf.
don't like the North London derby, but when it comes on, we'll get you back on, matey. But thank you for taking the time out of your day, mate. And have a good evening, both of you.
Thank you.
No worries, Alf. Good to see you, mate.
I don't know who that's aimed at, mate, but yeah, we're going to jump off. I don't know who's Chinese. There's no Chinese people on the stream.
Yeah, we're not. We're all English. Thank you, mate. But yeah, cheers for tuning in, boys. All the best. Thank you very much for
take care,
joining in. Take care.
That's all right, boys.